Hello, everybody, gamers! Welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. Last time we went ahead and got Protea and all of the stuff from the Grandum Void. And this week, I gotta upgrade this Volt, bro. We've been rocking
Hi, how
default
are
Dan
ya?
as Volt for 44 weeks or something like that. 45? That's cringe. We've gotten 2 Prime Warframes, and we've grinded up more, but we've made 2 Prime Warframes, and we need to show our boys some love, because I love playing Volt, but I don't want to invest anymore in the default-ass Volt. So, the Prime Resurgence. We talked about it a little bit at the end of last week's video. I don't have much more to say about it, other than the fact that we gotta get to cranking some of these relics, because these ones are only around for 14 more days. But I'm so hasty because there's an Axie Fissure going on right now that's we gotta crank out. So what I plan on doing is I don't plan on opening all of these Vanguard relics. And you might be like, why? They're hella easy to get all of the primes from. And you're right, but what you've got to understand is that eventually we're gonna have to get all of this shit at some point. And if we open up these Vanguard relics, we're kind of just shooting ourselves in the foot. So I will only be opening one in particular, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. If we scroll down to the Loki and Volt Prime set of relics, there's only 4. Thank God. Notice that the Volt Prime Neuroptics on this Neo relic are rare. That's kind of ass. I'm not too lucky when it comes to opening rares. But if we come up here to the Vanguard relics, the Vanguard P1 relic, Volt Prime Neuroptics, uncommon. That's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna try opening these, and we're gonna hope we get lucky. So let's just go. Let's just get into it. Also, I do want to collect one of each of these relics just to hold on to, because, I don't know, sentimentality or some shit. But we are going to refine this. We're going to pray we don't get those Protea Prime systems, because we got that last week. But if we do, it's not that big a deal. Now, I kind of do got to be fast about this, because this is only around for another, like, 18 minutes, this fissure. And an Exterminate is a pretty relatively easy objective. But while I'm taking this time to do this, I do want to explain the plan for this week. Simply getting Volt Prime and getting him crafted is not going to be that hard. We already have a few pieces from opening Volt's dedicated relics, which Barrow sells every once in a while. I like the idea of grinding everything from its respective source, and, you know, the thought it did come across my mind of opening up those Volt relics from Barrow, but that is too ungodly ass, let me tell you. We have to wait every 2 weeks in order to maybe have a chance of getting them. And as funny as that would be for content, I'm not going to do that to myself. I just wanted to wait until the Prime Resurgence. Volt comes around all the time because he's fucking old. So this is how we're going to do it. It's not going to take that long. We should just do a couple runs. I think I already have some of the pieces of Volt. It might just be the blueprint, but regardless, I don't expect this is a all we're going to be doing this week kind of grind. So unless I get absolutely ass blasted by this, which, again, I don't think is gonna happen, we're gonna pivot into something else. But once we confirm that we have our Volt Prime crafting up, and we're gonna be able to use that sweet boy. I also want to take this time to properly explain why I don't just craft out the 1,000,000 Prime things that I've saved up over time. Firstly, it's more interesting if I just use kind of base shit. Secondly, we have a slot crisis. You know, we only have 9 Warframe slots right now. Actually, we have 10 on the way if we do our Nightwave, which I've been slacking, I ain't gonna lie. But 10 slots really isn't enough, especially because I like using everybody at least once. So what that means is that we don't have a lot of slots to work with. And when I craft a Prime Warframe, they're staying in our arsenal. So it's tough to want to craft Primes. I don't want to get rid of them, even though I could. Oh, beautiful. That first try, it just feels so goddamn good, dude. Whew. Alright, cool. I don't know why I want to hold on to these, but they might not be around ever, so it's kind of cool. Now, on to step 2, which is getting the other pieces from the actual Volt Prime, Loki Prime relics. Probably get another Axie relic and crank this out. And I like doing relics one at a time because I don't like wasting Aya, because farming Aya sucks. I do want to say, I'm not really pressed right now to grind out this Prime Resurgence, because at the end of the Prime Resurgence event, somewhere around February, all of the stuff's going to be available to power grind, and I think that would be a perfect thing to stream. What was it, like October, where I said I wanted to start streaming? End of this video, I'll have an update on that. You know, that's the perfect thing to power grind and stream out on the Warframe Iron Man, so kind of just waiting till then, but I did want to get a head start on Volt, because Volt is our guy. He's so iconic, kind of a mascot to the Warframe Iron Man. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about, so I'm gonna cut the recording now, and we'll be back when we have our rewards. Alrighty, are we gonna get lucky back to back? Not really, but that is good. We do need that, so I can't be mad. Oh, Bow Prime Ornament, that sucks. We only have enough time to run one more, so I gotta fucking hustle. Okay, this is the last run because the thing ran out. Hopefully we get it. Wow. Well, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. We'll come back to Loki System Relic. We have the Meso Relic to open. Woohoo! Please! Also out of Void Traces. Oh, yeah, baby. We just need the Volt Systems, which I have to wait for that to be a easier fissure. So, hey, all good, all good. One more piece. Oh, you know what? I think that's actually pretty sick, because I think that's the last piece we needed to Odinata Prime. Huh. Well, we completed something. We'll go check here. Forgot about our in progress tab. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff cooked up. Well, we'll take a look at that in a second. Arcwing. My god. We could have Odinata Prime. Now, it does beg the question. Do I have a Forma in it? Because I'm going to count vehicles as the same rules for our Iron Man rules. The Warframe. We gotta polarize it to match the Prime. And by vehicles, I mean this is literally the only one. It's fucking Mastery 1, bro. Oh my god, okay, well, maybe if I get an affinity booster, I'll worry about crafting that shit, but for now, let's hop back in. Dude, no fucking way I'm gonna get 4 of these in a row. Volt Prime. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fuck, bro. What is this?
Meanwhile.
Hold the fuck on, gamers. I was, you know, getting shafted is pretty good. It leads you to amazing coincidences. Let me just make sure I don't fuck this up, though, because I do want my double Aya drop at the end. That is certainly gonna come. That is Condition Overload. That is a fucking quintillion-ass rare drop from the Rexes, I believe. I don't fucking remember it entirely. What it is it's 80% melee damage per status effect on the target. That shit isn't my favorite cup of tea, by all means, but that mod is fucking good. We'll take a look at it once I'm done with this, just to talk about it a bit more, but we actually hit the fucking jackpot. Like, I'm telling you, the 777. I guess getting fucking absolutely buttfuck railed by the Volt Systems is okay, because let us hear. Okay, so here it is better. The reason Conditional Overload is nuts is because at 80% melee damage per status type, let's just do some quick math. Primed Pressure Point is, you know, kind of a stand-in for easy-ass melee damage. It's just 165 base melee damage. But if you get just 3 statuses on an enemy, bam, now you're suddenly doing 240. It can be very good. It's a very, very good mod. It does require you to, like, have a primer or something, but that's not really too bad. And also, remember, most weapons have just 3 statuses slapped on them anyway. Puncture, Impact, and Slash. So, we're going to be getting good value out of this in the future. Right now, it's not that important. We kind of just, we're going to use our default Dan-ass fucking melees. But, you know, when we get to Steel Path, you might be seeing this again. And, we might be getting the Steel Path a lot sooner than you guys think. Anyway, I gotta get back to it. I got 3 fucking Quasis blueprints, no Aya. This is actually such fucking torture. I hate relics, and I can't wait to have to finish the entire Prime Resurgence. It's gonna be awful. Ah,
One eternity later.
please, save me. Oh my fucking god. But that, I have to go see how many fucking No, I'm too mad. Calm down. Okay, still gotta get the Loki systems at some point, but I have to go see how many fucking Odinata blueprints I have, because it's too many. 8. 8. Actual dog shit slop poop fuck. I'm gonna go start craft Volt Prime now. Oh my goodness, Volt Prime is crafting. Oh, sick, dude. I am actually really excited about having him. But, alright, now I don't remember when exactly this happened, but I hit level 20 in the Battle Pass, and that's huge. So it means we got another Warframe slot, bringing us to a total of 10. Oh my goodness, that's so many Warframes. But that means we get to take out another Warframe, so big dub. And according to our operations, we got Hildryn first before Chroma or Protea, so boom! This is gonna be awesome for one major reason: pillage! But of course we have to show her off and all that good stuff. But we're also gonna take out this companion that I've made, Deriga. Boom. And then I've crafted the Tazakor. We're gonna take that out too. Boom. So I have to level Hildryn and of course the companion that we just got, but I am gonna talk about this stuff because it is very important. The Tazakor, I'll just be brief with this. The reason we crafted this is because this thing is a priming machine, which is pretty convenient timing that we also got fucking conditional overload. So that's pretty hype. But what this is it's just a lightning beam, really good at applying statuses, and that's what we're gonna be using it for. But Deriga, let's start with Deriga. Calculated shot, which is just a charge shot. Their weapon is a sniper, but they also have another electro pulse, and this will just continually zap enemies within 15 meters. Give you a little bit of a spoiler on what we're gonna be doing with Deriga. Editing Tormandee here. The next section is just me trying to figure out what I was trying to do with Deriga. Deriga is very good at spreading statuses when you combine two things. The first being their preset mod, the electroshock one, and then Manifold Bond, which you get from the guy on Cetus that sells the companion mods. But we don't actually have Manifold Bond. We definitely can go buy it from the guy, but I forgot. So, soon, Deriga will have its purpose. It's gonna prime with the Tazakor, and then with a combination of, I think, Contagious Bond and Manifold Bond, it's going to spread all of those statuses to every enemy in sight. And we're gonna giggle and laugh, having a primer that we'll never actually probably use. So, yeah, that'll be cool. The main reason I wanted to craft them is for a little bit of flexibility, because they come with the Volklock. What the Volklock does is not much. It's a sniper weapon for sentinels. But look at that base crit chance down there. We come into this thing and we do a little bit of point strike gaming above 50%. And that's awesome, because now all of our robotic companions, Taxon, Worm, have the ability to give us tenacious bond value. Yeah, I know, pretty lame, but I just wanted to talk about this stuff we're going to be using, but I got to go level. And once we get it all leveled, I'll explain Hildryn, and then we'll go do something with her. Too bad we don't have the augment that makes her OP. Alright, we have Hildryn at level 30, and it's time to explain what she does. I will say, I don't have her with the reactor. How many do I have? I have 1. These shits are becoming scarce, and I can't invest in all of the Warframes that we craft, but I plan on helmeting Hildryn pretty soon after I'm gonna helmet her after this video. But I'll explain that when we get there. So, anyway, we're on our little showcase build. We're actually using nothing. We don't need to run either Rolling Guard or Flow for reasons I'll get to as I discuss her kit. But let's get into it. So Hildryn's passive. Her full shield gate is high, and after her shields are depleted, she's invulnerable for 3.5 seconds. There's something I have to explain about Hildryn. She has no energy. None. All of her abilities take from her shields instead. So, how does this work? Well, shield energy. That's it. But if we wanted to show off that fat shield gate, let's come over here. Let's get shot. Oh. Boom. We have 3.5 seconds, which is about the same time of a rolling guard. 3 seconds. So really good, especially because you're gonna be building her with a lot of shields. Once that runs out, it gives you plenty of time to get your shields back. And who knows, her kit might just have something in it that gives her all of her shields back. Her one, Balefire. This is her exalted weapon. It is a micro rocket launcher, pretty much. That's pretty neat. It has 2 fire modes. We're just gonna... Right now, we're just spam clicking and shooting off little rocket blasts. But we can charge it. And as we charge it, it does more damage. So... this thing is actually pretty sick. And I do have it modded. I forgot to swap over. So... won't be doing all that heat and corrosive. But come in here and we'll show it. Base stats are pretty high. It's a really hard-hitting single-fire target thing, but it does have a little bit of a blast radius to it, so keep that in mind. Up next, and her helmet ability is Pillage. When you activate Pillage, it's going to have a radius around you that strips enemies of their armor and shields and sends it back to you. You can fully armor strip with this ability, which we can show off right there. Boom, they're all armor stripped. And it gives us overshields, which is really handy. One thing to note on Hildryn is that while you have overshields, you cannot take health damage. So, no toxin proc shenanigans, nothing to bypass your shields. So long as you have overshields. The moment that runs out, you aren't safe. But that's where Pillage's second effect comes in. We get hit with a status effect. I can show this off. Alright, you see that puncture proc? 10 seconds? Oh, that sucks. Pop Pillage, boom, it's gone. Yeah, when you activate Pillage, it cleanses status effects. Really sick. We love that. Alright, moving on to her 3, Haven. We activate this. It's going to drain our shields if we were close to an ally or any enemies. And when we're near allies, it bolsters their shields. And when we're near enemies, it damages them. This is pretty ass damage. One thing to note about this, though, is that you can Haven a NPC target, so like defense objectives or other things. But this is like the helmet slot of all time. It also is very inefficient for us because you know, we don't have allies to bolster their shields, so pretty useless for us. Now on to Hildryn's final ability, Aegis Storm. While we're in Aegis Storm, our 1 is automatically active, which ran out right away, so that kind of sucks. Hold on. Alright, so I buffed up our shields a little bit so we can actually show this off. This drains pretty fast, but that's because the more enemies it's affecting, the faster our shields are going to drain. As you can see, though, on the floor there's a lot of energy orbs, and that's because while you have Aegis Storm active, enemies are going to occasionally drop energy orbs. And while we don't have a use for energy, it is just automatically converted into shields. So, it is pretty useful for us, except a measly 25 shields is not very much. But it does start shield regen right away, so maybe I'm capped. Is it also just 25? I don't know. I don't know how that converts. Anyway, while we are in our 4, it's automatically going to pop our Balefire Charger. So, you can disable it if you want, but then we're just kind of floating around accomplishing nothing. But that's pretty much Hildryn's kit. We're popping our 4, spamming our 2, getting all of the shields, stealing all of the defenses, and shooting back with our powerful 1. Pretty good character. I'm excited to play her. Alright, this is the build we're going to run in with. We've got redirection because shields equal energy and also defense. This is going to make us pretty fat, so we love that. I don't like dying. Adaptation for a bunch of damage resistance because we have a fat shield. If we can stack up the adaptation damage resistance, we should be pretty tanky. Continuity and transient fortitude to give us a little bit of stats. We have continuity on just to counteract the negative effects of transient fortitude. and give us just a little bit of extra duration so that our drain is a lot less in our 1 or in our 4, which we probably won't use too much just because if enemies get near us, it's going to shatter our fucking mind. And because we're in a lot of lower level content, pillage isn't going to be all too amazing at giving us energy and shields back, but that's just because of the level of stuff we've been doing. And then stretch is nice because it affects all of her abilities. I mean, pillage has more range, so it means it can drain from more. Haven has a larger radius, so you can affect allies and enemies at a better radius, which we don't really care about because Haven is going to be useless for us. Your 4 will pick up more enemies, which actually might be more of a curse than anything for us. But what I mainly have it on for is our 1. Her 1 has a little bit of an explosion radius down there. And the reason that's so important is because we can have that on at 4.35. And then if we come over to our Balefire Chargers, which we also have to mod, we slap on Fulmination, and now the blast radius of this thing is huge. Makes hitting our shots a lot easier, because we can just shoot at the floor. And then as for the build, we just have Corrosive Heat. Just kind of winged that. And then Amalgam Barrel Diffusion, so we can dodge around a lot faster. Lethal Torrent, Hornet Strike, you get the picture. Now, what do you think I'm going to do to showcase this new Warframe? What do you think I'm going to go do? Yep, we're back here in Railjack fucking defense for the 900th time. Except this time it's going to be different because we're getting the Ash systems. I do actually want to try out Pillage here. Oh. Okay, maybe we're not totally cooked. Maybe Pillage is actually going to give us a less than a reasonable amount of shields rather than the 4 it was giving me when I was leveling her. I always got to remember that until the abilities max, they always kind of suck ass. Hildryn's quite good. I don't have a lot of stuff invested in her. We're kind of one-shotting these level 20s. It's not an amazing feat at all. A lot of people can do it, but Balefire Charger is strong. And if you are interested in playing Hildryn, let me tell you, she is crazy. I mentioned we didn't have the augment for her 4, but I do want to briefly explain what that augment does because it is ridiculous. Pretty much what it does is it gives your Balefire Charger while you're in Aegis Storm an alt fire. You can just tap your alt fire and it'll shoot out a burst of like 3 rounds. That thing is ridiculous. It makes her a walking fucking nuke. We didn't get the... Oh my god. Like, the difference between the Balefire's performance with that mod is insane. Hildryn is one of the frames I use every week when I do my deep Archimedias, temporal Archimedias, if I don't have any good choices out of the 3, and by good choices, I mean anyone I want to play. Hildryn is just so strong. You roll up in that content, and you destroy it. And temporal deep Archimedia, I consider to be the hardest content in the game, in quotation marks. Level cap is a ridiculous stretch to get to, and deep Archimedia, temporal Archimedia have that randomness to them as well, so if you get shit equipment, you're kind of out of luck. But you slap on Hildryn and you start winning. Woohoo! I think the only thing she isn't good for is, like, you're playing a mission where you have your abilities disabled, because then you can't rain down hellfire on everything. Mainly, like, that temple defense modifier. Or playing alchemy, because you have to constantly drop your 4 every 2 seconds, and that shit's annoying. But the reason I like her so much in Archimedia, though, is that she bypasses 2 of the most annoying modifiers, being the reduced energy maximum and reduced ability durations. You don't really need to build a lot of duration on Hildryn. It affects your 2 and the drain of your 4, but if you're just constantly spamming your 2 anyway, you'll never run out of energy. And by energy, I mean shields, so that one doesn't matter. And then the energy maximum one, it doesn't affect your shields, so your shields don't get halved. And as much as I would love to invest in Hildryn, we're sided with Red Veil and Steel Meridian right now. and I have to get all of those augments and weapons before I leave them, so it's gonna be a while before we can swap to one of the other factions. And Red Veil and Steel Meridian don't have Hildryn augments, so boo womp. But I will just say, your boy definitely grinded up Hildryn Prime when she was in the Prime Resurgence, so maybe one day when we have more slots. For now, though, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get the Ash systems. We're never gonna have to worry about this until we need to get another set for, what is it, the fucking Smoking Body Ephemera. And then I'll probably do, like, one more thing in today's episode. And I know, actually, just what we're gonna do. Oh! Yes! Yes! You have no idea how good that feels after being shafted like 5 times in a row. Oh my goodness. 13% drop chance. My ass. Why was that so hard? Alright, I was thinking of not playing Hildryn for this next bit, but seeing as this is Hildryn's one and only time in the spotlight for now, we're gonna roll out, and if it sucks cock, it sucks cock. Let's get it. What are we doing for the final bit of this video? We're going to clear a boss that I've skipped. The fucking Zealoid Prelate, baby! Woohoo! You'll recall the last boss was Lephantis here when we just started the account, and that shit sucked. Well, guess what? This boss is no better, because Deimos decided to have the shittiest bosses imaginable. You'll see why in a second. Alright, originally this was a Nora Nightwave boss. They used to be more involved than just doing challenges. It used to be like actual content. But ooh. Thanks, man. You saw that little glaive that he had though? We're gonna be getting that. He drops that. Alright. Yeah, Hildryn was a bad choice here, man. We can't steal shields from this thing. And the reason it's so annoying, we already knocked it down to its second phase. Make some shadow people. The reason this boss is so annoying, though, is because it has fat damage attenuation. If you know anything about Warframe, that word should piss you off, make you mad. Unreasonably so, too. But this thing's, like, damage reduction from it is actually absurd. It'd be eating it. And when we get to Steel Path, oh my god, this boss is gonna be fucking awesome. But for now, we just gotta go here, gonna kill its little buddy, and we get this lantern. And what the lantern does is that all of those shadow minions are able to be damaged. But this doesn't last long, so we have to get to the prelate. Alright. We did enough damage. Now he's gonna health gate. Woo! And he heals! Yay! He doesn't heal too much, and if we kill the enemies that he's linked to, it does a little bit of damage. But, this guy is a Destiny 2 fucking raid boss, with his health gating. It's ridiculous. How many times does he do that? Does he do it like 4 times? Something like that. We'll find out. Okay. That transition into the healing phase, like darkening my screen, kind of bothers my eyes. I don't know why it has to do all that. Taste my glaive. Alright, I'm thinking one more time and he'll be dead. I guess this is as good of a time as any to bring up the fact that he dropped some pretty good stance mods. Kind of stacked, honestly. The one we're looking at, though, is Tempo Royale for heavy blades. If we were to get that at the rare drop chance that it's at, that'd be pretty sick, because it would save us some time and some ducats, because the only other way to get it is Barrow Katir or some stupid shit like Rthuum. I don't want to do that. Oh, man, we almost killed him there. What's he doing over here? Oh my god. That teleport broke our lantern. Alright. He's dead. Molten Impact acquired. It's not that great. We're gonna swap to Wukong. No cap, because that was ridiculous. But which piece of the path assist are we gonna get? Hopefully the blueprint. Oh no, the subcortex. I believe we need 2 blades, maybe 3, and then the blueprint, and we're done. So, hyper farm time mode. Wowee! 4 runs. That wasn't so bad, gamers. Path assist done, gamers. Let's get down here. Let's start crafting our new weapon. There it is. Wow. Let's look at what we did. We got Volt Prime, we got the Path Assist, and we got a mod that we can't use yet. Well, I mean, we can, but we're not going to use yet. We'll get good use out of later. I think I'm content with that. But before we go, I do need to do something. We got to grab Hildryn. We got to Forma her so that we are eligible for her Prime. Hildryn Prime has an extra dash polarity, so let's go ahead and add that on. Skadoosh. And now, according to my rules, we could craft Hildryn Prime if we wanted to. The real reason I wanted to get Hildryn done and out of the way is because we want that fucking pillage subsume. It's such good survivability. Oh my goodness. Oh my boom. Alrighty, gamers. Oh, we're in the ominous lighting down here, but that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Now, I do have one announcement that I have to give, and that's I'm gonna start streaming this month. What was it, October I said that, and I lied about it till now? I didn't lie, I just didn't know when I wanted to do it. Anyway, I have the ability now, so I'm gonna start streaming. I will say that I'm not gonna be doing any new content for the most part on the Warframe Iron Man streams. It's gonna be quite dedicated to just getting all of the mundane routine shit out of the way, or stuff that I start and I have to grind up. So it should be fun though. I'm gonna start streaming on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. That's when it's gonna happen. 10 p.m. PST. Tune in if you can. I understand if you can't. My schedule is fucking ridiculous. I am a night creature. But that's going to do it for this week's episode. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, you can do that too. If you like the Warframe Iron Man series and you're not caught up, there's an entire playlist in the description below. Has all of the episodes of the Warframe Iron Man conveniently bundled together. And if you want to see this every week, you can consider subscribing. I upload every Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, where we'll have our Volt Prime. I think it's time to further our story progression. I know, crazy. We're going to do the sacrifice, and we're going to do what comes after. And I'll explain why once we get there. But I'll see you then, gamers. Bye-bye.